A good evening, this is Tenerdos the Human, and welcome back to our Gunpowder only Spanish campaign. And you join me in Cordoba, where last time we completed the Reconquista. Well, not quite completed, there's still El Cid over in Valencia, but yes, joining him seems to be a Sicilian army who's back once again. We avoided that problem last time, but it might well be returning to the fore. Now, last time we obviously had a slight problem whereby our alliance with Portugal, well, was slightly more questionable than it was before, because one, it says one marriage alliance in act. Well, the marriage alliance is very much dead, and with no children to kind of bind it together. So Maria of Portugal probably should be running off back home and finding a new husband. So I don't know how much the game... I mean, currently we're outstanding, so that's great, but things could be better on that front. Nonetheless, we've actually managed to fill out the family tree a little bit since then. Prince Emilio over here, who's married Oraca. Yes, 3 daughters and an adopted son. So that's something. Now, he's currently faction heir, but presumably, yes, the firstborn son, having died last time, just at the end of the crusade. Well, he should be, yes, Rodrigo, the valiant crusader. Well, they're Valiente. Indeed, he is. He is. There we are. But maybe we should put Crusader on there. He definitely he died for the Crusade. Damn it! But we do have a new son, Augustus. Augustus himself is here. So King Alfonso has himself a true-born son once more, and well, Prince Emilio might want to be making him sick accidentally, unfortunately, at some point, but luckily we don't get CK3 nonsense like that on this. So Prince Emilio, who is actually only 5 years younger than Alfonso, will probably not get to be king, because by then, well, with any luck, what is he, 50? Yes, so there's a good chance that Augusto here will manage to be king in time. We'll see about that. So it could be very, very interesting indeed. So, but that's a problem for the future. For now, we've got a war with the Moors. We were a few turns on from the end of last time. Thought I'd do a bit of consolidation, but indeed nothing really has happened in the in-between. What I wanted to do, though, or the reason I've kind of reloaded at this point for the recording, is because now it's time to march on Valencia. Obviously, Portugal were hoping just to keep as our friends for as long as possible, but we'll see about that. You can see I've got my diplomat up here towards England. We're trying to just... spend the spend money we get each turn on a bit of bribery of some of our local friends. Keep them on side. The Moors won't take any kind of peace, so it's a bit irritating, to be honest. Normally when you brutalise them, they'll take a bit of peace, but normally once you start conquering them, they will not accept. So yes, that will be interesting. Sicily obviously came in last time. We got a good peace deal with them because they came, realised they weren't going to win, and left, and they felt defeated. But yes, once you take land, the game... No, that faction's gone forever. So we're going to have to take North Africa, unfortunately. So we'll probably get on that as well. But I think... do we want to go for Valencia first, or do we want to come down here and finish off these guys? We probably do want to come finish them off, to be honest. With the Moorish capital down in Marakesh, it's dangerous to keep it alive. Although it is a smaller capital, obviously we've already taken their original capital. Let's go and have a little poke at what it is. 14%. We are not having a poke at that. Okay, message received. So what we'll probably do is we'll leave the Crusader here. Alfonso, he gets to have a little bit of a retirement. So we're going to send you, my good lad, down here. Roy Martinez. And Emilio, well, considering the Sicilians are right there, we need to keep some of our troops back. So I'm going to send these guys over in that direction. Marvellous. And what, 5 handgunners and some of our cannons, a couple of generals. That's more than plenty on this campaign. I do, yes, I'd like to leave the arquebusiers behind as, you know, garrisons, frankly. We'll just leave it at that for the time being. So Vasco up here has got a few more troops. I have sent reinforcements just to make sure we're looking safe, because I did spot the Sicilian fleet, but it seems to be a bit further south. Let's end our turn and let's see what happens. Ooh, exciting, an Explorers Guild in Cordoba. Now, these guilds are ones that people don't often grabbed because there's no obvious benefit immediately, but they really help with your traits. And what they generally give you is more movement points, and that is excellent news. Venice and Hungary are at peace. That's interesting. 1,000 monies. Okay, so the Pope there is showering money on us for converting Zaragoza. Beautiful. Okay, we'll grab the boat. We need to send him over. Now, it seems like we're actually not going to be able to land, are we? That's kind of unfortunate, actually. Would like to have landed, but apparently not. Hopefully, there's no fleet that's about to murder us. Okay, that might now happen. It's fine. We've definitely got enough men on that ship to flee once. So that's a bit unfortunate. Yes, a Milanese force at the end turn arrived. Very strange. I don't know if they'd fancy their chances. They really shouldn't. Rebel General, has the Portuguese been losing their lads? Interesting. He looks okay. He's got a little bit of positive traitage on him. So we have our boat. This one was over. Oh, there we are. They're going to kill us in the end term. Darn Milanese. Okay, well, we've got our diplomats around. There are actually a couple princesses here or there that we can have a chat to should we feel the need. But in general, bit of an awkward turn this. What are we doing? As ever, the mentalist Milanese are into insanity and they've attacked Cordoba. God is with us. Indeed, the Pope is very much with us. So I don't know how that's going to help this. Toledo want reinforcements. Toledo's right in the centre. I'm not too concerned about it. So their reputation will be worse than mixed after that. That was a bit rude. How's the Pope feel about them? Not great. So that's probably going to end up much worse. France very poor. Portugal very good. I swear that was outstanding before, but okay. And we have war with Milan. Great. So immediately after sending some troops out, that happens. With Architect for Vasco, because we've been managing to, yes, with those mines we built last time, we managed to have a good amount of funding and keep on building. I know there's not a lot of excess money here, but we are building in all the cities continuously, which is pretty good. Honourable ruler for the king. Excellent news. We just want to keep this on low tax rate. Building, building, building. And, oh my, we are not far away from huge city at this stage. The councillor's chambers will help that as well. Health and law. Lovely stuff. And we are on 3.5. School is the main problem. Bit of public health is going to boost it a lot, you see. Yeah, that's nice. And that, as you can see, will add to our population growth. And obviously, as soon as we have ourselves a huge city, we can get ourselves the musketeers. And that's why I'm not in too much of a rush here right now. I'm trying to just build up these cities with the money I've got, trying to get some good relations and reputation. I'm struggling with the reputation. It's a bit neutral right now. There's the rebel pirates. We're going to send him over. Back on dry land. Yes, we just sat you over there in the Straits of Gibraltar. They had a nice holiday in Tarifa. It was beautiful. It's a nice little sand dune town. Go and enjoy your holiday. And now off to North Africa. So with the Crown Prince, there are quite a few forces here. If they join together, we're going to have a tough old affair. I could get the mercenary arquebusiers, and just to make sure they don't have them, I will. And they're at least better in hand-to-hand than the average ones. Okay, Leon Brothel and Zaragoza Brothel. Careful about brothels with the generals, of course, but it is good for buildings of entertainment and fun. I guess I can understand that one. So, Toledo, you have some farms. Not much more to do there, but it is growing at a decent rate. Levitana may not be the worst idea, but I will ignore it for now. Okay, just getting our pieces in position. These guys have a ram. Does that mean they're going to attack? I don't know, but they're going to lose miserably when they do. In come the Milanese then. I'm pretty certain we've got this battle won already, but you never know. It's always a bit of a gunfight in these affairs, isn't it? He is good at the walls, so he's already got that Order of Wealth. That's interesting, considering he's got a low tax rate there. He isn't trying to hold it all for himself, but whatever. Either way, we're going to head on in. And their army is... They got some arquebusiers. Fine, and then 3 handgunners. Didn't even send a general on this. Okay, well, it looks like King Roger's coming for the second round, so we better clear these guys off. Let it in. Well, the Milanese have done an insane thing, which is in the Gunpowder campaign to not bring any cannons to a siege. Quite insane, it must be said, and now we've got the arquebusiers doing one of the only things they can do, which is stand on the walls and shoot down, albeit it's still quite selective, as if these guys, you know, have the walls in the way. It is a bit odd, but nonetheless we're hopefully doing some very, very good work indeed. I kind of rather we don't break down this ram because that will just end the battle, and I kind of want a bit more battle experience than that, but it is very hard. It rarely ever does burn down. There we go. Okay, these guys back here are in skirmish mode, aren't they? Yes, so now their positions are all wrong. Get back in the position you're supposed to be in, my good lads. Don't know why it says they're shooting, because they definitely shouldn't be. Okay, enemy are at the gates, that's fine. That just means they're now going to stand there and get absolutely annihilated. Not just by the towers, of course, because this is a large stone wall, but also from some of the guns. It's not as many guns as it should be, but certainly it's doing a decent job. So how much have they already lost? 35%. Excellent! Many egg salads were eaten this day, and they are now going to get shot down by the handgunners at the gateway. Right, they're currently eager, but I'm not sure how long that's going to last. Shot 82. My good sirs, you should be shooting. Always annoys that you can't quite follow them through. It's going to jump through the top of the gate now. Boo! Okay, they're now going to stand there and get shot, are they? No, Arquebusier is coming to the front. Interesting. Just shoot him, my good sirs. Shoot him. Bang, 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 bang. Are they not? I would say the walls look quite ours. Maybe not this small section of wall, but I'm not sure other than that's particularly a true statement, my good sir. Okay. Well, we'll swing around to the other side of the gateway. I'm a bit concerned that they could in theory just shoot my general from here, but I don't think that's what they're currently doing. Maybe this dude. If the general goes down here, we can blame him. But I think this is looking pretty good in our favour so far. Yeah, there we go. What I might do, actually, is get my general out that gate, and we'll use him to cut some of them down. I wouldn't mind mopping up some of these. If we can release some prisoners, I'll like that, because that will help our reputation. They've all ran away at this point, so I'm guessing some of them have started to come back. Is that what's happening? Yeah, they're starting to. I think there's that one unit coming back. General is might as well have just stayed at the front gate. They've routed so quickly. Oh well, it is what it is, and we'll just get him to come chase these guys down. They probably start coming back in small sections. Yeah, you see they're coming back, so we'll send him all the way around. And when they decide to actually flee properly this time, we'll just mop them up. And down we run their general. Excellent news. That's official victory. And all these guys need to stop doing what they're doing. No. What I mean is stop shooting them. Unfortunately, the towers aren't going to listen to that. So we're going to fail to get the 60, the 80 prisoners we need actually at this rate. Which would be very unfortunate. We're so close. We're not going to quite get the 80 we need for official. There we are. Yes, so yeah, as I'm screaming about that, you need 80 prisoners for yourself to gain or lose any reputation as a result of it. So we just made the cut. Lovely news. And with that, victory is ours. An absolute slaughter. I think if anything, we actually only lost a few men from the general. Yeah, and a couple handgunners at the front as well. Lovely stuff. A little chat with Milan is probably a good idea, and indeed ceasefire and trade rights is viewed as very, very generous indeed. Well, it says they're poor, but poor normally means they've got a few thousand monies hidden in there. Their priorities are for peace. That's still seen as very generous. Okay, and we'll add a regular tribute then of 1,000. Let's make it 800 for a few turns. And if they want to accept those terms, that is lovely. It's still seen as generous, so they will accept. Oh, lovely. Hostilities have ceased because we are a good and diplomatic people, damn it. But also gives us a nice bit of money, so we can go and spend that. One of our towns, Granada, with nothing growing, and Yeah, we'll grow ourselves some lovely, lovely figs. That would be magnificent. On our way to Marrakesh now. Probably should have gone for Algiers first because that's easier to hold, and then I could leave more troops in Marrakesh. But you know what? It's not too far from the centre of the empire, and could change the capital to Cordoba, actually. That might be a good idea just to deal with that kind of thing. So yes, we'll make this the new capital because Al-Andalus is reborn, in my mind anyway. So yes, Cordoba's now the new capital. Everyone's pretty chill with that, but it'll make sure that Marrakesh has a little bit more of a chance to be happy when we take that next turn. We have tactically got one of our boats next to this Sicilian navy who are trapped in between me and Portugal right now, which is ideal because if they attack me, then I'll just bring Portugal into the war. I'm sure they'll appreciate that. Marvellous news. If Portugal want to go deal with this general, I'd love to come join them in the battle and just reassert our friendship, but for now, no. We're just going to go over to Lisbon and just make sure we got our diplomat there, ready for a little chat. So, okay. Right, well, I was going to make this princess hanging around here. How old are you, by the way? Jewel of the Mediterranean. You know what, she looks alright. 22, 2 charm. She's got time to get better. Feels like she's been around for a while. You've been around for a long time, Agnes. 33 and only 2 charm. She's going to struggle at this point, isn't she? The Milanese are serious, apparently. I hope that this is just going to Valencia, because we've just made a peace treaty. Go and absolutely just waste yourselves against El Cid. Why not? We will get to him, but I think we will finish off the Moors first. Sicily do have Tunis, by the way. Some point we've got visibility of that. So, okay. They've done something. If nothing else, they haven't got Calgary. They haven't got Corsica. All right, well, oh yes, it's this boat. He's been floating around doing some minor scouting. Right, well, we better keep an eye on some of this sort of a thing, but this boat really just needs to come down and join me over here because this is probably when we need our boats most of all. Oh, indeed, Sicily are going to come straight in for an attack. Just brilliant. Well, Sicily and Milan are living up to their normal reputation. The French haven't attacked us yet, and the Portuguese haven't stabbed us in the back, and the English haven't landed. All of that has just been jinxed, I'm sure, but we do have the standard pile of, well, the axis of evil, as I generally refer to them, Milan, Sicily. And well, the Portuguese are normally just a bit mad, not so much evil. Byzantines and Venice back to war. Indeed, well, we'll have to see how all that goes. 0% Catholic. Oh, this is going to be a problem. Okay, well, we'll start the conversion, but I'm not sure we're going to get very far. The capital there is simple enough to break down. What do you have? The king died en route. That's a shame for you, isn't it? Oh, it is. Mortar could be awkward. Sort of thing that's going to kill our king, isn't it? All these sieges aren't great for our city growth, although 20,000, we're so close to musketeers. And with musketeers, we're going to absolutely wreck everyone and everything. Okay, why were these guys not done? I think because I retrained a new unit, there wasn't enough men left, actually. It might be what's just happened. Okay, Cordoba Council Chambers are done. We'll have to invest in something new. Maybe we should head into battle first, and we'll worry about infrastructure later. So, good old Saladin Al-Ghanati, who needs to be taken out. Dauntless, that's unfortunate. An aspiring commander, well, Dauntless does make this a bit awkward, doesn't it? 2 experience on their gunners and their arquebusiers as well. They've got some mercs. That's why we don't let them get both. That's a big swing if they had 2 and we had none. But it's 1-1, so that'll be absolutely fine. We'll attack at night because he doesn't gain command from that. I do. Roy Martin is pretty fresh general in many ways, but he's a lot of command for someone who's not really done any battles with us. Maybe he fought himself before he joined the family. Okay, well, Roy, time to head in. This could be a great victory for you.
I look over there and I see a legion of ass whistles, pisa babes, ship worrying ass whistles. I've seen priests' assholes with more wit than those chamber pot drinkers. I've seen cardinals' assholes with more... Ah! Let's do it! If our Moorish foes had any sense, they would flee back to the scorpions and snakes that father them. For shame, they would not face goat herds, let alone brave men at arms. And at the last, just look at those goat-fondling arse monkeys! Do they deserve to live? Unless I'm a scrofulous Molly and Jade, I think not!
In exceptionally positive news, they decide to stand up many units on the walls. No, 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 don't run. Don't run. Get the cannon shots and we'll absolutely slaughter them. And they're going to fall down immediately, you'd think, from the cannons, because they're just basic wooden walls. Oh no, we left it on fire again, but it's still enough. Excellent. Some great work done there. If it wasn't fire, that would have gone down instantaneously. But, oh well, it is what it is. We'll just get the next round of shots in. Down they go. Down goes Steve. And with that, his house as well. Okay, lovely stuff. They're now fleeing for their lives. And, well, it is what it is, unfortunately. I would have liked to take out more on the walls. But if nothing else, we've killed 2% and it was funny. With the last tower collapsing then, we're just going to rush on into these handgunners. We've given a little pepper in with the Red Bolt, but frankly, I think we can do a better job with those guys a little bit closer to the plaza. So in we go. We're just going to, yeah, they're going to try and reload, but we're just going to throw all the melee into it as possible. Just try and push through as much as you can. That'll be fine. They're apparently all on skirmish mode, which is kind of hilarious. Just run through them, my good sirs. Get around them, surround them, and they'll probably give up momentarily. Fine, there we are. Right. Lovely stuff. General, you get around the back, please. And they're going to flee just about in time to get mopped up by Sir Steve here. Okay, General's bodyguard is coming in. Just everyone stand still and shoot. General, come around here. I like the arquebusiers, if I'm honest, to get themselves up on this here wall and do whatever they can. So, what are they going to do here? Gunners, take your shots. Please be shooting the general. They're all just running around like aimless numpties. Shoot the general if at all possible. One volley does so much to the generals, it's actually obscene. So, they're going to get themselves stuck in a stupid battle. Fine. Did hear a few guns go off, so that's something. It might have... No, it hasn't done anything. Fine. Okay. Arquebusiers, you need to get around there. General. You need to move yourself over here. We're going to get a proper charge in on this occasion. That'd be lovely. Oh, looks like he's going to hunt us down. That's even better. That's much better, actually, because we can just shoot him. So, my men, shoot him down. Shoot him down, shoot him down, shoot him down. They're in a weird position where they're not going to do it. This is very bizarre. We're now largely in position then. We've just pulled back towards the gate just to set ourselves up because they are coming forward at us. So hopefully, yeah, these arquebuses up here are going to get some lovely shots in. And we're going to start in at them as well. And that is just what we want to see. So lots of shots sounding. Not seen anyone falling. Which is strange and disconcerting, to be honest. I'd like to know that something was actually happening. But it doesn't seem like it. What are you even doing up here? You should have a perfect shot. As ever, the game has one guy actually doing his job up here. Brilliant. Okay, well, just shoot into them. You just shoot into them, and you also just shoot into them. This could be awkward because the guys up here are not doing the job that they should be. As much as possible, if we can shoot into the back of that general, that would be lovely, but don't think that's what's currently happening. So, we've got some shots coming in. As much as possible, just keep shooting. Don't know if you're actually going to hit the general back there, but we can avoid melee and just keep going bang, bang, bang. That is much, much better. Here's one of the bodyguard. He seems to have slipped his way to the front. Foolish, I would suggest, sir. But, you know what? it might work out for you. These guys, as we know, have slightly more experience than us. So I don't mind losing good chunks here if we need to, but we're going to keep something fresh and in reserve. Ideally what we want here, actually, is to go and get this guy into position, because if this falls apart, I wouldn't mind a shot or two, actually. Could be very, very fun. So line her up. Looking bloodied and stony-faced. Now the king is going to take us on. I say king. I'm already a true nerd here. It's just a random general. But the king will fall here, and that's what matters. Although he is currently killing about 800 of our men. I'm going to kill these last two. That would be magnificent, by the way. He just lives forever. I mean, he's supposed to be good for morale, but he's actually just unkillable. His last bodyguard's gone down. He's fled once, but this time he looks like he's going to fight till the very end. I don't know how many he's killed personally here, because we've been standing here a long old time. Down he goes. Yes, yes. Good reason to the desert dog. Now shoot down those last few men, and well done for your sacrifice, because these two guys have done nothing. Naffle. And with that, it's fine. It's fine. We'll just get the peasants to work for us instead. Let's end the battle. Okay, plenty of bloodshed there, but as I say, I don't see many other tactical choices there other than just a big bloodbath. It is what it is. I'll take it. Cheering as we release 8 people, or however many we actually did capture on this occasion. Now, it's quite unhappy. There's potential for revolt. We're going to sack, because we don't need to exterminate here. But, oh, okay, that's fine. That will do. It will stabilise. But we need a church. We need a low tax rate. And a little bit of rebuild. We'll probably get ourselves an inn. I guess the old shisha den. Yeah, here's our shisha bar. Lovely stuff. Yeah, we'll get an inn after the churches are built. Lovely. Right. Not too bad. We'll get ourselves a merchant now we're here, because we definitely need to be making use of all of this. I wouldn't mind just kind of having this nice chill early empire here in Iberia and the west end of North Africa. And we'll kind of maybe go from there. Oi, Portugal! You're supposed to join me in this nonsense. Rude. Okay, I don't want to actually engage in a battle here if I'm not bringing my friends into it. We'll just surround the ship. He's not actually accessible because that's a mountain tile. So if this dies, I think the whole army is just going to end up in the sea. Some rebels over here. Rebels over here, by the way, who have some normal troops. You haven't got the plan, have you, mate? Where's your script? You're not supposed to be using anything other than a gun, but there we are. That actually might be quite difficult to take out. I did think of setting the Mongol and the Timurid hordes to gunpowder only, as well as if they re-horde, but I didn't change the rebels. Interesting. Okay, well, that's fine. It'll be easy enough to deal with them. They've been wandering around for a while now. They might just go back to their own land soon. Just making sure you haven't brought an army with you. No, the Imperials seem okay with us. So, yes, he does have no quarrel with us. I hope that does continue. Okay, we're about to reach expansion very, very soon. So what do we want in that city? We don't need to worry about growing it anymore. Oh, ballista towers would be magnificent, actually, if we're going to keep on getting this nonsense here. It might be a few turns too late for that, though. Okay, well, I'll tell you what we'll probably do is a church. Wouldn't be the worst thing, just keep the Pope on side. We're not far from calling a new crusade, which might be what we do over here in the near future. Fine. Well, I'll mop up around the map, and I'll catch you on the next turn. With a Sicilian army now wandering north towards Toledo. Yes, I decided maybe we should just get some handgunners ready for this. If nothing else, we'll need more troops in the future, so yeah, we'll just go for that for now. Interesting to see that Leon has not been dealt with by a random troop just yet. Fernando Dominguez. 37, that's a bit old to start off with. How much to kill the princess? 40. Not sure that's a good decision or not. Probably not. It just declares war if we fail, so might pick a different target to start him off. But we'll wander off in one direction. I thought it might make sense to start training some of those. Okay, on the note of merchants, yeah, we have ourselves a merchant. He actually started off pretty good, actually. He starts off with 3. which is just what we need. We'll send him down south towards the lovely, lovely slave and ivory trade. And by lovely, I mean very rich. Okay, so Marakesh is being slowly converted, which is good. Spies wandering off this way. We can see Algiers because our boat got slaughtered. We'll go and have a little peruse at Valencia. I would like to take out Elsa before he actually dies, but in many ways I'd also quite like him to just die. That might also be useful, but we'll see about that. Right, Toledo is fine, Zaragoza is fine, and Leon is fine. They're all building things. They've actually got money. It's very, very strange, but we did invest well after the sacking of Cordoba. I guess it also helps when they're larger capitals, that when you sack them like I did, that yeah, you pick up a lot more money than you might have otherwise done. Unfortunately, the Moors do have some better boats than us, and okay, things are looking intriguing. It is, by the way, if we are able to request a papal crusade once more. Apparently, the Moors have Cagliari, so we might have to head over there one day. That's just inviting more and more invasions. Okay, but Algiers is obviously where we're likely to head next. And, well, we have to deal with Marrakesh first. We'll gather some troops, and we'll do that. It will give us a few turns of not spending money on things, I suppose. Ah, yes, Vasco was going to deal with those rebels. Job done. And just got to keep an eye on this. Yeah, there are more of the Sicilians. Can't decide to do anything other than attack me. There are lots of weaker people, my good sir. Well, not weaker people. The French and the Milanese are now friends. Yes, I don't know why I did that. They're still paying me money. Oh, yes, of course they are. That's why my money's doing well as well. Yeah, so France are their vassal, which is interesting. Not quite sure how that happened, because France are actually one of the bigger nations at the start. We did find a Russian princess over here. Don't know if she's gone now. Seems to have sodded off into the distance. We can see they've not had a hugely quick start. We've got 28 turns in, so you'd think that maybe they'd got 3 settlements by now. But alas, no. So things going all right. We'll just see if the Moors want to come on in. It's the Crown Prince this time. They want to come in and take us on in Marakesh. Well, confusingly, the Sicilians have split up this prince who I guess was pulled out of the arse of this army. The king was originally with them, so maybe he just came of age, but he's split up from the force. On the note of Sicily, though, yes, we're currently sneaking up to one of their cardinals who, well, I guess the Pope wouldn't be too pleased. But, you know, we might as well take on as many Sicilians as we can. So, throw the dagger. Oh, come on, Linda. Always scuppering our plans. Utter fool. Anyway, nothing too much happening this turn. We've got them moving there. Oh, yes, sorry. We do have more happening this turn, because we have another army from Sicily coming over this way, because why wouldn't they? We still can't recruit anything here, so it is what it is. We're not too far away from it growing. A little bit, but not too far. We might just... Do we want to turn down the tax rate? That does change a little bit. It's a couple hundred, but it's not too bad. Our money is pretty good, all things considered. Actually, even here in Granada, I'm not too bothered about any more of the buildings. We'll obviously keep building in Cordoba, where we are just a few turns away now from building the new city. Maybe we will build those ballista towers. There's still armies around. That could be fun potentially, but this king, yeah, maybe we need to snipe him actually. He's just hanging around, so I'd say if you're going to come do this, we're going to come grab you actually. The prince himself. Okay, he has some lovely, lovely traits on him. He has proper morals. You're Sicilian, sir. My days. Let's head in and let's clear him out. Well, the general's taking a very slow approach towards us, which is nice. It means that we're going to line up our shot. Oh, I think he's realised the folly here. General, get on in. And he is going to charge the arquebusiers, which is unfortunate because they are rubbish at hand-to-hand. Okay, just get on in. You guys try and pull out of there. General is going to charge him from the rear. And hopefully that's enough of a setup for him to get into position. Arquebusiers doing a terrible job of living, as you would well expect. Down come the lances for about the first time this entire campaign. We actually get a charge in. Magnificent stuff. You guys can just shoot them. If you can try and pick them off, feel free to give it a go. The prince will be chopped down if I have anything to say about it. So, what if we capture him, actually? That could be interesting. Oh, a lot of money for a prince. Oh, yes, well, at this point, yeah, he's going to try and get away. It looks like he probably will manage it, to be honest, but we'll have a shot at him before he does. Unfortunately, they're so slow to organise, it's not going to work. Oh, he did the feign. He absolutely dropped the shoulder on us there. Beautiful turn. They seem confused. We're supposed to be shooting him. Just shoot it. He's right there. Yeah, you see, this is what problem with these units. They've got to spend their time organising endlessly, and they never quite get round to actually doing the shooting. Yeah, useless. Well, technically, they decided he's dead. I guess he's got no ship to retreat to. There are other armies around, but I suppose that's it. So we got ourselves a very subtle killing of the Sicilian prince. Apparently the only one with any morals. I don't believe it. Well, they have a shit ton, I believe is a technical term, of artillery, and it's taken them quite a long time to start moving and doing anything with it. But they are now going to move forward. Does the robot have enough range to not get shot down itself? It probably does. Yeah, it's probably slightly longer range than I realise. Okay, so they're going to start shooting down. We do have the cannon that in theory is shooting, but they really are quite picky about what they shoot at, I find. Oh my! Smashy indeed. Okay, we're going to start taking loss if we stand around against these guys, aren't we? Fine, send all infantry outside. We don't have any infantry according to the game. Right, everyone, run outside and come and deal with them. Because otherwise this could be quite bad. Right, run on through. They're going to send the ram forward. We're just going to send people forward. Ribolt could be a problem, actually. Okay, so maybe we'll just put one unit right here. These guys are all going to be on skirmish, aren't they? Yes, they are. Right, so we're just going to catch... We actually don't want to catch those handgunners. You want to run around the side, so... yeah, just keep running around, keep running around. Oh, they've routed immediately. Excellent. So... this isn't quite what I planned. Such an awkward kind of a... I don't know, zeitgeist of this sort of battle style that you just... God, how do you do these battles? What's the sensible way of fighting them? I don't know, mortars. I really fear mortars. They're kind of funky, but they could be quite effective, couldn't they? Right, we've taken out those guys. That's good. Just go and run into those ribolts, because that's going to cause us the problems in the short term. You guys go and deal with them. Deal with them. Come on. You need to charge in before they arrive, so maybe just go and do it. Get yourselves forward. They don't seem to be shooting at you. Ooh, that was very close to hitting our general, actually. They're going to rout us. Lovely. You shoot into them. They're getting themselves into a terrible position. Don't know why you're over there. Get yourself back in this direction, please. Anytime the buttons would like to work. That would be magnificent. Bombard! General, charge down the bombards. That would be grand. This is an interesting battle, isn't it? Not quite what I anticipated. Anticipated something a little bit more sensible. They just shot their own men in the back. General is potentially not going to immediately smash through them, as I hoped. I was hoping that they'd break. I think we got... yeah, well, they're retreating, if nothing else. I think one of them's breaking, the other one isn't. You. More walls falling. More dead men at the gate. This is turning into the artillery-only campaign at this point, isn't it? Just men in all directions. Utter mentalness everywhere. Okay. Right. As ever, once you manage to hit the artillery line, they break easily, but charging the artillery line normally involves you breaking just before you arrive, which indeed is kind of what we just saw, actually. Let's just get on top of these guys, get the general to come mop up as much as possible, because they're going to start regrouping. Let's just get all of these guys into position here so we can shoot these. Lovely. You three are hopefully the first three. They are indeed. General's back here. Handgunners are the only ones who concern me at this point, because the rest I am standing in between them and their actual weapons. That's fine. You guys do some more fighting. And General's just going to go and mop up the retreating men. Okay. This has been an interesting one. But yeah, it kind of just a flashback to the artillery only, really. Obviously, charging artillery is normally a terrible, terrible idea. And it turns out that's exactly what we did here today. So, General, continue the mopping up manoeuvre. There we go. Right, all of you, no more of that. Just charge them down. We'll get on top and we'll take out as many as we can. Well, I found a beautiful building at the edge of the map here just to peruse the end of the battle. Last few units are going to get mopped up by the General, hopefully. But it's always nice to see these little places on the map. Beautiful. All the effort that went into these buildings that basically you never end up seeing or using. It is magnificent. Vasco getting himself some good training here. And you know what? In spite of the panic at the start, the inevitable routing, actually, not too many casualties sustained. A couple of the handgunners in that early charge obviously lost out, but in general, pretty good. The Moors want to come in too. Interesting. Apparently we are now potential for riots. It's probably because we lost a few men in this. And obviously sieges aren't fun. I'd probably be quite annoyed if I were one of the civilians here. I don't really care who rules so long as I'm not killed in a ruddy siege. Okay, Crown Prince Kazim doesn't seem too special. He's got 3 full units of handgunners, so do we. We have experience, so does he. He obviously has more men. I have a little bit more experience than my general. That won't make up for the extra men, but I think we're in a good position here, actually, because, yeah, religiously devout, that's only for piety. Don't see that one too often. He's got 1 in the chivalry. I have, what are you, Roy? You're on 3, so yeah, we're looking like we're in a pretty good position here. I think we'll be fine. Let's head on in and let's clear out Marakesh. Well, it's a fairly standard kind of formation for this battle. We're going to try and shoot this tower, but the game hates to do anything fun with artillery inside your own city. So frustrating. It's got such a good clean shot there as well. It's about as good as you're ever going to ask for. But yes, unlike on Rome Total War, where I pointed out in a recent short that you can demolish your own walls to destroy the towers. No. You can't even, well, you can't shoot your own walls on Medieval 2. In fact, most of the time you can't even shoot the bloody tower. Ridiculous. Anyway, they're all coming in, hopefully getting cracked with a fair few of our rifles shots. That would be magnificent. Plenty of people burning down at the gateway. That's just what we want to see. And okay, Arquebus is probably being useless as ever. Where are you turning? Okay, well, there we are. Maybe you should have turned before you were in range of the towers, sir. But it is what it is. They picked a slightly foggy, slightly hazy, misty sort of a day. I'm just going to use all of the synonyms there for, yes, slightly wet air. So, these guys, I don't really know why you're reloading. There's nothing to do. You're probably just making yourself tired. So we'll just grab you any time you want to actually listen. That would be beautiful. Okay. Yeah, they've reached the walls. That's fine. Can you just rearrange slightly and get yourself a bit straighter on? That would be perfect. And then hopefully we won't be shooting our own men in a minute when we inevitably get the revolt to shoot in. They're probably going to stand at the gate because that's traditionally what they do while they shoot at us. So there we are. Right, well, Kennan's been utterly worthless. Inferior architect to shoot the ram. No, he doesn't want to do that either. That would be funny. You can shoot down your own gate, but only by accident. Because, again, the game doesn't let you do anything fun anymore. Even in the days of Medieval 2. They were already removing silly little things that were amusing. Oh, well. It is what it is. We'll have these guys shot down now. Get shooting. Well in range to rifle them through the gateway. They're going to aim up here, aren't they? Come on. Aiming at these handgunners. They'll probably stand still to get shot by these guys. If they do want to attack us, it's probably not the end of the world. Weirdly, they're actually going to come in for a fight. That's unusual. Well, they're going to get absolutely slaughtered because they're going to get shot in the back. Okay, up here, they're going to fight us. That's fine. Handgunners v handgunners. What are these guys over here to keep the towers going? And I think the towers will just keep on working in our favour. Lovely stuff. Now, you have a great shot through there at the bodyguard, so I'd love you just to shoot him. You really don't need to rearrange yourselves, but apparently they will. So you guys just stand still and just keep fighting as you feel is good. Right, there we are. Bodyguard. Shoot him down. Get those shots in. He's right there. Okay. Bodyguards are not so scary on this, really. They, as we've seen, they go down very easily to a big volley of shots. Just wanted to see if the rebels were going to be useful. One of the rare times they might be on this occasion, but they just don't want to shoot their own men. And unfortunately, this one, I think, is a shot at his own men, so he won't get the angle better and do it properly. You're perfect. Stay where you are, Steve, and get the job done. These guys, likewise, just keep shooting. Up here, got a bit of wall fighting. Now, obviously, this is medieval 2, so we've got the towers really, really heavily on our side. Don't worry about skirmish mode. Just keep standing there and fighting. You are going to gun down anyone who flees, apart from all of them, obviously, because who knows how many of you are actually shooting. None of them, apparently. But job is largely done. The general is getting himself knocked out here. Keep shooting at him. He's right there, for Pete's sake. Maybe one day might get something out of him. He is loading up on this occasion. That's nice. You going to shoot? No? Yes! That's what we needed. Okay. That's good. That's I think it took out like 3, and it might have been these guys anyway. But job is mostly done. Don't think he's that likely to get out of here alive at this case. He's really pushing into these handgunners. Go on to guard mode now. And down he goes. Guns down like most of my own men. And with that, he's going to flee. I don't know who's left. I think it's just the guys on the tower. It is just the guys up there on the tower. At this stage, they can just organise themselves like that and shoot up at them, quite frankly. How much ammo do they have? I guess they never use them because most of the time, I guess what happens is just only the front few men actually get to shoot. So there we are. Right, there are a few men just coming back. They're just going to get themselves murdered as they come in. There goes the victory. Beautiful. We'll continue to fight and we'll just get the general to run down people if he can. Lovely stuff. All missiles. Just stop at this point. You've done your work. A lovely victory there. A couple of units taking some heavy losses. One at the gate, the one up on the wall as well. Took a fair few, but in general a nice bit of work. Apparently 19 inflicted by the arquebusiers, so they did something. Nice job. And as ever, we will be releasing wherever possible for our global reputation's sake, but I'm not sure that we've done quite enough for that on this occasion. Oh dear, we're about to get ourselves sunk. We're actually somehow still alive, but okay. Things looking good. We're building this up as we want. Sicily are still plodding around. Reinforcement army towards Zaragoza. Palermo. Faction excommunicated. Is that going to be Sicily? It is Sicily. Oh my, well. Oh, this could be fun. I think we might be having a new crusade, actually. King Simon. Where is King Simon? He's not here. Okay, well, it's fine. Either way, we've got another prince. The 5th one that we're going to have to kill. You, my good sir, can you take us out? No, 3-hand gunners is plenty enough to defend most places. Faction announcement. Gonsalvo Garcia. Lovely. So that's one more lad in the armies. Well, potentially one day. Sword bearer for Vasco. Okay, so he's got the sword bearer. I love it. That just means he's been slaying lots and lots of people. Is it saying sadly ignorant? Which is a shame. I mean, he's aware of how things works. He thinks low taxes means that people will, breed more because they have more money, which is probably true. So that is what his job is. Right, things are mostly in a good place. We're managing to hold off all of these invasions very nicely. But Lister Towers, nearly on the way. Marakesh, at long last, is actually safe. Now, we were... Wow, that's really, really big growth there. Yeah, we were able to build that stone wall during the siege, but obviously the siege prevented it from happening. So we'll get that built. That will settle down the current state of affairs in terms of public order, and hopefully then after that we'll be in a much better place in terms of trying to gather our forces for the next invasion. But just out of curiosity, oh yes, Tunis is an option. And so are Palermo and Naples. Ooh, sacking Naples would be delicious. And I can do what I want when they're excommunicated. Okay, Okay. I think we've got ourselves a plan for next time, ladies and gents. Today's been all about the Sicilian expeditions over to Spain, but this time, or next time, it might well be reversed. That could be absolutely beautiful. Well, gradually we're getting our forces together here. We've got a new army. Prince Emir is over here in Granada. We've got a few troops in Cordoba sent here as well. A good set of handgunners. Obviously, we did get rid of most of bombards and revolts, and I've not actually ever built a new gunsmith, so that's something we'll have to do in time. But for now, we can continue to send these ever onwards. We'll, well, I think we're going to have to get that crusade called, aren't we? Because we can't pass up the opportunity to launch a crusade on Sicily. So, yeah, I think that's going to have to happen. There is one small caveat to that, because we have Cordoba ready to upgrade, and that's exciting and all, but it's also 9,600 florins, which is slightly out of our current budget. So there are two ways we can deal with that. Number one is go and sack Naples, or number two is go and get a peace deal because we've just smashed them in the nose. So if they're going to accept paying me a big bucket of money, I can see bankrupt on there, which isn't encouraging for my current request. So I'm going to ask for the problem is with this, so there's going to be a war very soon. Let's just ask them for 10,000, see if they want to pay it. It says balanced. The game, okay, good. Well, the game does generally do this when it realizes that you've got their number. So there we are. Spain and Sicily have peace. And fine, where is the Pope with them? They're only at 1. So there's still time for this. They might well stab me in the back, but you know what? I don't mind if we need to slightly delay that, because we can now get a huge stone wall, 4 turns, and we can get musketeers. Oh, that's going to be absolutely magnificent. Now, yes, 14 attack, that's pretty similar, of course. I think it's the same, but long range missiles. These guys are going to be absolute game changers. They're what the arquebuses pretend to be, but they're going to actually work this time. So I'm really looking forward to that. Next time we get to play with those boys. War declared on Hungary and Venice. No problem. Ah, yes, Luis Ruiz over here of Spain. We've got a new cardinal. Lovely. In fact, this guy's a new cardinal. I don't even know if I mentioned that earlier, which should mean in the College of Cardinals that we now have 1, 2, 3 Spanish votes. Oh, lovely. Yes, including one of the Preferati. That's good to see. Okay. So, Fanaticists, that's what we need as our Pope. And, right, Sicily. Still at 1. We might still have time for this. Maybe they'll stab me in the back. Well, you know, the peace treaty. Maybe they'll get rid of that in a minute. Especially as these two are looking vulnerable. In fact, they're all looking quite vulnerable right now, aren't they? We will get to you, El Cid, one day. You're just not a really high priority right now. I want to kind of finish this little move on the Moors. Fine. We'll take this army to go finish the Moors, or at least this part, because I do recall, yes, they are over there in Cagliari. So we'll deal with that. Moorish Navy at war, Sicilian neutral. Oh, good. That's a great combination of friends there. All right, and I think we're in a pretty good position. I think we'll just, yes, continue tomorrow. We'll grab these forces and, yeah, bring the priest as well. You're supposed to be here. You come over here. Oh, lovely. Unfortunately, we just missed the bridge, actually, by the way that this has happened. But it's fine, not the end of the world, because you don't have the cannons for a bridge battle. So, I think that's about it for now. Oh, yes, construction report. Key thing here, ballista towers as well over in Toledo. And the fortress upgrade is one away. So we've made some very, very good moves forward. And okay, we'll just get some basic things like a market over there, and in Leon likewise we'll get another market. We'll spend the money we have and we'll stop that pop-up from coming up. Okay, still looking okay on this kind of thing. If any finances goes to Hungary. Intriguing. Right, we're pretty much at the end of the episode, but we'll end our turn and see where the cliff leaves us hanging this week. A couple turns on, and it should be noted that my reputation is up to reliable after some of those more recent releasing of prisoners. which is probably the best and most reliable way to get up your reputation. At this point, everyone else is pretty much still on mixed. Yes, so I'm pretty much the only one who's got this, which is lovely. So yes, that should hopefully help our relations over time. What might not help relations is the occupation of Algiers, which will be happening next time. We'll get that siege going. I have been considering this, this crusade over Sicily, but with the current ceasefire, I'm not sure that it's worth it right this second. That would have been good to pay for the upgraded Cordoba, but we're one turn away from that now. And, well, they've already paid for it, which is just magnificent. So, what I'm probably looking for is a little bit of consolidation. We'll grab Algiers next time. We'll grab Valencia. And assuming no funny business from the Portuguese, we might... that's the other Sicilian army plodding around, fine. As long as there's no funny business, we might actually try and settle things down. Because once we've got a reliable reputation, we might find that the old Sicilian and Milanese expeditions start to cease. It's taken a little bit longer than I would have liked to get to reliable. It might cost us, but you know what? It's been a pretty darn solid start. As I say, Toledo is up to a fortress. We can keep that growing. It's plus 3% right now. We'll probably see what we can do to get this going more, actually. We should, now I mentioned it, swap around the generals, because Joao, he can head down south to Cordoba, and we'll actually put you, my good king, over in Toledo once more, and that will make that grow very quickly indeed. Our assassin here has been gaining some more lovely traits, so we'll just continue with that. Excellent, no gain that time, but killing some rebels has given him 4, and maybe he can help us out with El Cid before we head into battle if he gets good enough. Not sure what his defense against assassination traits are like, but we're doing pretty well. Marakesh has been upgraded as well. Just noticed that. Excellent. So I had to pick what I want here. It's growing very, very quickly indeed. So maybe some public health, which will indeed help the growth, but we do want our cities to get bigger as much as we can, just to pump out some more troops. And obviously our economy, which is looking pretty strong at this point, fairly solid. We are pretty much continuously... Oh, I didn't realise that was this turn either. Excellent. So, yes, Toledo up to fortress. Zaragoza soon to actually be able to do something. Handgun is all we need, really. So it can now hopefully defend itself. Same with Marakesh, which has just grown to a city enough once more for the handgun as it needs to defend itself. Things are looking good. Next time, one turn away, Musketeers, which is... Oh, that's going to change things. And once we get ourselves a citadel, then we can start to get out the basilisks. Actually, Toledo should... I meant to set this up where we can get the cannon, some of the cannons at fortress, and especially getting them all at citadels. So I'll just check the file. I might have mucked that up because we should be able to get some things here now. I'll check the files for that for next time because there might be a little mistake in there. But yes, fortress should at least get us some of the more basic cannonry. But obviously we've got to get all the way up to citadel for the mighty basilisk that we do want to see one day. But for now, I will leave you. I'm Thomas, this is Tenacious the Human, and this has been our Medieval 2 Gunpowder Only campaign as Spain. Thank you, and bye-bye. Have you heard the good news, my friends? Here's the good news! It's the Pope! Has the Pope ever done as badly as I'm doing as the Pope right now? God only knows. God only knows. Down goes the spoon of destiny. And there he goes! It took every last bolt we had.